And we like with very strategic approaches to things, not shotgun, but very strategic. And as small businesses, your time is the most important and most valuable thing that you have. So think about who are the top 5 target clients, who are the top 5 agencies, and maybe it's a combination of agencies and prime contractors that I definitely want to do work with. Well, guess what? Now you only have to figure out 4 because Port Houston can be one of them, right? Check that off your list, right? So we just put a couple of different examples here. But when you are identifying those 5, think about who are the buyers, what do they buy, when do they buy, and why, right? Why do they want to do business with you? But most importantly, when you get that phone call with your capability statement, you need to be able to articulate why you want to do business with them, right? It goes back to doing that research. You need to be able to do that and answer that question. How can your company save them time, save them money, minimize risk, come up with creative solutions? And one of them can be, fulfill your small business goals, but don't lead with that. The reason any agency should hire you is because of your certification. That is just one of the many benefits and advantages that they get with you. That is not the primary advantage. So the who and the what. Who are the buyers and what do they buy? Well, when you get registered with Port Houston, when you go to BuySpeed, and all vendors are required to register with BuySpeed. And back to when you're going to have that conversation with the buyer, make sure you're registered first, because that's one of the things they're going to ask you is, are you registered? You're going to be like, yes, I am. Now I'm ready to do business. I'm registered and I have a capability statement. So on BuySpeed, you're able to learn more about the port as well as their proposal processes and procedures. And all of this information that I'm going to show you, Susan's going to put in the chat. And these are exact screen captures from the port website. And it's important to understand their processes and procedures in terms of procurement, because it reiterates even more all of the different ways that you can use your capability statement. So procurement's valued at 50,000 or 50, up to 50,000. So 49,999 or 50,000 are all considered informal. Formal opportunities are through a competitive sealed bid process. And that's a whole different example, but you can use your capability statements for those as well. So informal procurement, this is everything under $50,000. You're going to work directly with a buyer, right? So that's going to be BuySpeed, and they're going to generate procurement requests. But price alone does not determine what's purchased, right? And so that's best value, right? And so you're going to need to do those types of things with your qualifications and your capability statement, so they understand what types of services and products and availability you have. All of that is dictated by your codes. Now, things over $50,000, this is the formal procurement method. So these are competitive sealed bids as well as competitive sealed proposals, all righty? And so, or as well as requests for proposals, requests for qualifications, and design build. So all of these types are formal over $50,000. So as a small business, you have the advantage here. You can be a prime or you can be a subcontractor. And when you go and find these opportunities, you can go to the pre-bid meeting and you can send your capability statements to the people that were at the pre-bid meeting. So this allows you to gain additional exposure for your company, allows you to be introduced to other people that are interested in doing business with the port, and allows you additional opportunities to grow your company. So some other examples of formal procurements are job order contracts as well as purchasing co-ops. And there might be some purchasing through these co-ops as well. So how do you find these opportunities, right? So this answers the when and the why. So when do they buy the services and why do you want to do business with them? We talked about these buyers and who to talk to within the port. And so this is the entire procurement services team. And all of this information is public. It's listed on the port's website. And Susan just dropped that in the chat. That's your procurement department contact information. And so all of these people want to use qualified small businesses that have the capacity to not only fulfill informal, but formal contracts, right? So these are the people, Rosa, that and everyone else that you would be emailing your capability statements to. And Akila and Kanika can help you identify which managers and analysts buy and can direct you in the respective direction. Also on the port's website, and this is third quarter, and they update it every quarter, are upcoming projects. And on this PDF tells you exactly who all the buyers are and who the project managers are. So you can start having conversations with these port representatives on the types of projects that you want to be involved in. I would use this and I would start. This gives you an idea of who's in charge of the types of projects. Have a conversation with them. And that's okay if the project is already active and it's too late to add you. That's all right, because you can have open conversations with them with your capability statements on up and coming projects, right? This is all about that research and establishing those relationships and introducing yourselves to the people at the port that are in charge of projects that you want to be involved in. So start those conversations early. Use your capability statement as a tool to help navigate those conversations, to help you have those conversations with these people. Current projects. So this is exactly what Buy Speed looks like. And these are open bids. So you can go and there it is right there. There's the buyer listed. There's Alberto and Dean. Now keep in mind that these are open bids. So the types of conversations that you're going to have regarding these very specific projects are going to be somewhat limited. But these are the people who you need to talk to. So I encourage each and every one of you. Maybe it's not on your victory plan for this week or next week. It might be a next month type of thing, but go and download one of these bids from the port and go through it and see the types of information that they're asking for, the types of things that they're looking for. And then you can make the assessment of whether you have the capability and capacity to be a prime or you need to be a subcontractor. And if you're a subcontractor, that's great. For the first probably 10 years of my business, we were subcontractors. And I have a little secret for you. Checks as a subcontractor and checks as a prime contractor, they cash the same way. And so I would much rather have 8 or 10 projects of $40,000 each than one big old project that's, I don't know, 200,000 or 300,000, right? Because I can learn. So keep in mind what's realistic. Keep in mind that if you're new to this space and if you're new to doing business with the port, that they might be smaller projects. That's okay as well.